Have you ever heard the word Tudor? Well, they ruled England with elegance and terror, but behind every royal portrait was a secret soaked in blood. This is the untold story of the Tudor dynasty, how it began, how it thrived, and how it collapsed under the weight of its own power. But before we uncover the past, make sure to subscribe to my channel, where history's darkest truths are brought to light. The Tudor story starts on the battlefield. In 1485, a man named Henry Tudor defeated King Richard III at the Battle of Bosworth. He didn't win by birthright, he won by force. His claim to the throne was weak, but his victory was brutal and final. To silence the civil war between the houses of York and Lancaster, Henry married Elizabeth of York, uniting the two rival families. It was the perfect political move, but it was also the start of a dynasty that would forever change the face of England. Henry became King Henry VII. Clever, cautious, and cold-blooded, he crushed rivals, drained nobles of power, and ruled with fear. He brought peace, but at a price. When Henry VII died, his son took the throne, and England would never be the same. Henry VIII was bold, charming, and dangerous. He wasn't just obsessed with power, he was obsessed with legacy. His biggest fear, dying without a male heir, and that fear turned him into a monster. When his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, couldn't give him a son, Henry did the unthinkable. He broke from the Catholic Church, declared himself head of the Church of England, and married Anne Boleyn. But when Anne failed to deliver a male heir, she too was discarded, accused of adultery, incest, and treason. She was beheaded, and the crown moved on to the next wife. Henry married 6 times. 2 of his wives were executed. Many of his closest advisors, even friends, were sent to the scaffold. His reign became a storm of executions, religious chaos, and fear. After Henry's death, his son Edward VI became king, just 9 years old. But Edward was sickly, he died young, and chaos returned. Next came Lady Jane Grey, a teenage girl used as a pawn. She ruled for just 9 days before Mary Tudor, Henry VIII's daughter, took back the throne. Jane was executed, another innocent life ended by Tudor politics. Mary, known to history as Bloody Mary, tried to restore Catholicism by fire. She burned Protestants at the stake, over 280 in total. Her reign was filled with fear and blood, and still, no heir. Then came Elizabeth I, daughter of Anne Boleyn, the Queen Henry sent to the axe. Elizabeth ruled for 45 years. She was brilliant, ruthless, and fiercely independent. She never married, claiming to be married only to England. But her reign wasn't without darkness. She ordered the execution of her own cousin, Mary, Queen of Scots, a woman who had once sought refuge in her court. Elizabeth's spies ran deep. Plots against her were met with swift, brutal punishment. And while her era is remembered as a golden age, it was also the end. Elizabeth died in 1603. She had no husband, no children, no heirs. The Tudor dynasty began with a war and ended in silence. No royal family in English history rose so fast, burned so brightly, and collapsed so completely. They gave us legends, but they ruled through fear, betrayal, and blood. Their power changed England forever, but their name died with Elizabeth. The Tudors were never meant to last, and maybe that's what made them unforgettable. What do you think? Were the Tudors a glorious dynasty, or a royal family cursed by their own ambition? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. Because here on Sagas, history isn't just told, it's uncovered.